we'll just start with say and spell your name.
Okay, my name is Coleman Wilson. I'm going to try to speak slowly because I tend to speak very fast. COLEMANWILSON.
Awesome. Where did you grow up, Coleman?
I grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay. Yeah. What was that like?
Tigers.
All Tigers?
All the time. Just LSU.
Yeah.
And that was bad.
Are you a fan? Is that
Not
a good
really.
thing or a bad thing?
It's whatever. I enjoy living in Lafayette because it's one of the reasons is just because it's kind of away from the bombardment. It's not that big of a deal. It's just nice.
Yeah.
Growing up in Baton Rouge was nice. Made a lot of really wonderful friends there,
Yeah.
and went to undergraduate there,
Oh, okay.
and cut my teeth playing music there, and overall a pretty good experience.
Yeah. What high school did you go to in Baton Rouge?
Went to Parkview Baptist.
Oh, yeah. Big football.
Very big.
Can't escape it.
More football than school sometimes.
Oh, yeah. So you played football?
No, kind of. Nothing against football. I sound like I'm a football hater. This is not my thing.
Sure.
No. Parkview. I was in the band though, high school band.
Yeah. What do you play?
Saxophone.
Nice. Is that what you play in your real life? Does it go outside of the band?
My real life.
Yeah.
I haven't played in a long time.
Yeah.
Guitar is mainly my thing and that kind of stuff. But I played saxophone pretty much every day for 7-8 years.
Yeah.
You know, it's still in there. It's just it's kind of rusty.
Yeah, definitely. So I know saxophone is usually like jazzy, or am I wrong? Am I typecasting?
No, you're correct.
Are you a jazz fan?
I'm not a huge jazz fan.
Okay.
But I've dabbled.
Yeah.
My roommate's really into it, and I can appreciate it. But it's just whenever I try to listen to it, it's just it rarely ever connects. But I did get my first jazz album recently. My roommate told me to start on what was it? Kind of Blue, Miles Davis.
Yeah.
And
That's the one to start on.
Yeah, I've been enjoying that. He told me that's a good starting point.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to because I want to be just more well-rounded.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
So you said you went to college at LSU?
I did.
Okay.
And I went for psychology, and then I took 3 years off and played some music and worked and traveled. Just did a lot of fun stuff and grew. And then I decided I want to come back to grad school. And some of my friends that I met in Baton Rouge, their base was here in Lafayette. And it just so happened that one of my best friends was going to med school around the same time I was thinking about going to grad school. And his journey led him to Lafayette, and I was thinking about going to Lafayette at the same time, so we kind of converged. And I moved here and about 4 years ago, and I haven't left since.
Yeah, you love it.
Yeah, I do.
So are you a Cajun now?
Yeah, I guess so.
Much as you can be.
Yeah, Baton Rouge is home, but I mean Lafayette's where I'm more comfortable right now.
Okay, definitely. And you said you went to grad school at UL?
I did.
In psychology?
Counseling.
Oh, counseling, yeah.
Yeah.
And where did that take you now?
Well, working at Volunteers of America right now, doing outpatient mental health therapy. I'm on a team of people, and we all go out into the community, the surrounding areas, pretty much any parish that touches Lafayette Parish, and we go and administer mental health services, as well as just like assistance with just basic activities of daily living for people who are dealing with mental health diagnoses and have problems with like resources and that kind of stuff. I try to connect them with resources and also be like supports for them, teaching them coping skills they might be struggling with, and do that. And then every other weekend I work at an inpatient substance abuse unit, doing substance abuse counseling.
Yeah, you were talking about mental health.
Yeah.
I think my next question, I was going to ask you if you were always interested in the mental health career path.
Not always. It was my dad who he was in medical sales when I was a kid for years and years, and then he decided that he wanted to do something different, and so he went to counseling school, and that kind of inspired me to do it. He never got to finish because he got sick, but it planted the seed in me to explore it, because when he would describe what the job entailed, it just sounded really cool. Yeah. And one of the only professions that I felt attracted to. I was never really attracted to sales or business or anything. It was professions that dealt with people, and
sure.
So that's what got me into it.
Yeah. So do your friends look at you as their counselor, if you will?
At times.
Yeah.
At times.
Yeah.
At times. They every now and then I get someone that thinks I'm like an expert, and I'm just like, far from it. But I'm trying. I don't think I'll ever be an expert, but I have experience.
Sure. Yeah. And I'm sure they appreciate being able to talk to someone. I like it. Available at AOC.
Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to in 2017?
2017, turning 30. That's kind of cool, in a way.
Now, most people don't think that that's cool, so tell me about that.
I mean, I think I feel like that I have a pretty clear head on my shoulders, a clearer head that I've had in a while, and I'm just excited with what I'm going to do with that. Musically, I'm excited about that. Got my original band. We're doing stuff with that, and that's been really cool. Yeah. And I'm also working with one of my friends, Teresa Wasilowski. She is a choreographer for dance, and she's done several programs around the Lafayette area, like creative dance performances and that kind of stuff. And she and I are collaborating on a performance in October, and I'm writing all the music for it. And I'm excited because I'm used to writing, band music, like kind of rock stuff, and this has forced me to kind of break out of my box and write some more spacey, weird electronic stuff. And so yeah, I'm excited about that. And other exciting things. Going to a couple of cool shows and going to San Francisco in a month. That's fun.
Oh yeah, good city.
Yeah. I miss. I've been there only a couple of times, but every time I've been there, it's been a blast.
It's one of my favorites ever.
Me too.
So tell me how you first got involved with AOC.
My friend Elise, who I went to grad school with, she was friends with, what's her name?
Rika.
Rika,
yeah.
Who was what?
She was our education coordinator.
She was an education coordinator. And
wore many hats.
Elise knew that I played music, and Rika told her to be on the lookout for any musicians, and she came to me and offered me the opportunity, and I contacted Rika and asked the band about it. I thought it'd be really cool to be on TV.
Yeah.
So we hooked up with that, and that was the first time we'd ever had a television performance, and it was a lot of fun.
Very cool. And so you were on our program called Threshold.
That's right.
Yeah, and you did a fantastic job.
Awesome. Oh, thanks. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Definitely. We love having local artists come and show their talents to the community.
I had a really fun time.
Good. What was your first impression of AOC then? I mean, had you ever heard of AOC?
No. As a matter of fact, that was the first time I'd ever even heard about it. I wasn't even aware it existed. We were just trying to play shows and, remind bookers that we exist. And this is but you're asking about my impressions of AOC? Yeah. Oh, very friendly. Like really, everyone knew what they were doing. Everyone seemed extremely professional. And just very willing to host us who, we don't have any kind of cred or anything. We're just like you know, an unknown band just trying to play shows, and they treated us with a lot of respect and gave us our first opportunity to play to a wider audience, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that was actually the point. We wanted unsigned bands, so
yeah.
you hit the spot. Definitely. Yeah. Awesome. What is your dream project to work on or to create / produce?
Oh man, dream project?
Dream project.
I mean, if you have no holds barred,
sure.
half of the musicians are dead. But I don't know. I like that's a hard question to answer because I like so many different kinds of music. So I don't know. My dream project would probably be an album of a bunch of conflicting genres that sound nothing like each other.
Okay. Those are the ones that work.
Yeah, just a bunch of stuff that would never sell in a record store because it's just so weird and all over the place. And there'd be a blues song, and there'd be like a metal song, and there'd be like a weird ambient spacey thing, and I don't think it would appeal to hardly anybody. But that would be my dream project.
Awesome. Yeah. Music related.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but I was thinking music, but I'm thinking now like outside of music, dream project.
Anything, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just making some good rock and roll, I guess.
Yeah.
And just, you know, just doing what everyone else does, just touring and going to cool places and expressing ourselves through song.
Definitely. So, what would be on your playlist that if you could only have one playlist the rest of your life? What's on it? Who's on it?
Oh man, maybe a mix. Maybe a lot of like '90s alt rock, the big guys, Smashing Pumpkins, Nirvana, all those guys. Some of the '90s and '80s metal dudes, Slayer, Pantera, Metallica, all those guys. Some of the '80s and '90s is my thing. Some of the indie rockers like Pavement and Slater Kinney. One of the names Sebadoh, really cool. Hum, Sunny Day Real Estate, those guys, and then a lot of like one-hit wonders from the '80s, '90s, and '70s. Paula Cole, Sarah McLachlan.
I like it.
Yeah, no, I like
Lilith Fair.
Yeah, oh, no, I love the Lilith crowd.
Yeah.
Alanis, Tori Amos, Fiona Apple. And like I said, like my tastes are just really all over the place. You know, hip hop, Tribe Called Quest, Public Enemy, Black Star. What? Beastie Boys. Yeah, I mean it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
That my playlist would be a mix. Also the old hardcore guys. I can't forget those guys. The punk rockers, Ramones, Clash, the Black Flag, Bad Brains, No Effects. I mean the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
Just
the list.
Yeah, it would be impossible to make one that was completely satisfying. Because I would ultimately be leaving something out. That's
a good answer too. Yeah, definitely. When you were a child, what were your favorite books and movies or singers, sports heroes?
Favorites. Okay. Favorites.
Who do you remember?
Well, the books that I really latched onto when I was a kid, like most of my peers in the '90s, was Goosebumps. I just loved reading Goosebump books and all the twists that I later learned were just rip-offs of the Twilight Zone and other like classic sci-fi and horror. But I didn't know that at the time, so it was a revelation to me. Yeah. But that got me started reading a lot. Other favorite books. I read some cool books in high school, like Rebecca was really cool. Rose Family, some of those short stories. Orwell, I really like George Orwell's stuff. That got me thinking about like politics and that kind of stuff as a kid, because being in the punk rock, you start asking questions about what's going on in the world with politics and, you know, the powers that be and yada, yada, yada. So Orwell was a fun place to start questioning that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Favorite, what was the other ones? Favorite singers?
Singers, sports heroes, movie stars, even
I never had a
movies.
sports hero. I don't know, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, sure.
Because he was
Why not?
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Singers, I didn't get into music until I was a teenager.
Yeah.
My favorite singers growing up were Rivers Cuomo, Weezer. That should be my playlist right there. I can't believe I didn't mention that. Stephen Jenkins from Third Eye Blind, Joey Ramone from the Ramones,
Sure.
Joe Strummer. Some of the like little underground bands, like Tapping the Vein was really cool. Some people I worshipped in high school. James Hetfield, oh my God, from Metallica. Which it's kind of funny because like most of my friends like hate. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fair.
Most of my friends like hate that kind of stuff, and it's like seen as like, I don't know, nerdy or.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like
Really?
like being on to like those bands, like that kind of stuff. It's just a lot of people see it as kind of low art, I guess you call it, or whatever.
Metallica?
Yeah.
I mean.
I love Metallica. But like it's just like. I like music, and that's a band that plays music that I like.
And they did it well.
Yeah. And James Hetfield got me to start playing guitar.
Oh wow.
The guys in Korn, they're another band that sucks right now, but growing up, they were like luminaries.
Yeah.
They like inspire me so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, movies. Yeah.
Growing up, what did I like growing up? Can't even remember.
If any stand out. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess one of the movies that God, I keep doing that. One of the movies that stood out to me when I was a kid, really hit me was American History X. American History X was a movie that really hit me hard when I was a kid because you're growing up in the South and you're being taught one thing but like you're feeling another thing in terms of like just like the way things are and race and that kind of stuff. And I grew up in a white family, duh. But like and just that typical Southern kind of like implicit racism and it's there, but you don't really talk about it. And American History X is a movie that really just like was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
like,
threw it in your face.
Yeah, this is real and it's happening.
Yeah.
And
you saw that as a kid.
I saw it when I was like 13, 14.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That was one of the first movies that made me cry. Those movies that were that powerful that actually made you cry. That's the movies I remember.
Yeah, sure.
Other movies are growing up. 12 Monkeys is really cool. You ever seen 12 Monkeys?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Growing up, all the Spielberg movies.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park like blew my mind when I was like 5. Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, all that kind of stuff. Movies that made me think were like 12 Monkeys, A Beautiful Mind was really cool.
You had quite deep movie interest at so young.
Oh yeah, like I enjoyed watching all kinds of different things.
Okay.
I can talk for hours, but not really. Nothing's really coming to mind. I'm thinking of like, because I have those movies in my mind. I'm trying to think of like what I was into when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like I'm blanking.
Yeah, it's hard to
Requiem for a Dream. That was up.
Good. Yes. I was gonna say as a kid to watch all of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So you said you were a reader. What are you reading now?
Oh man, it's like after I went to grad school, I look at a book and I'm just like, oh god.
Oh,
because
I wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I keep on telling myself like you need to read more, and I read. Someone told me something like that, and it made sense that like that the more you read anything, it's just like it's good for your brain, and so. But I've been reading a lot of artists, like musician biographies, like autobiographies and that kind of stuff. And that's been giving me just to read. And I feel like that's been kind of helping me just to get back into just reading anything.
Sure. If you could have dinner with 5 famous people from history, who would they be?
From history?
From anywhere, dead or alive. You know them, you don't know them. Who would they be?
Let's see, historical figures.
Or just people. Doesn't have to be. Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
No. I mean, Lincoln would probably be pretty cool. Probably Obama. Okay. I talked to him, just pick his brain about what it was like being him the past 8 years. Yeah. And just like, be like, you know, what do you think about everything now? Joey Ramone, because he's just weird and beautiful. Dimebag Darrell from Pantera, just because he seemed like the most genuine, just fun dude ever. And one of my favorite guitarists. Other historical figures. So not all about pop culture, but it's like, what about the history of our country?
Oh, it doesn't have to be that. It's your dinner.
I talked to Che Guevara and just get his spiel on, like, you know, people and social systems and justice and all that kind of stuff. And I've always thought he was an interesting historical figure. Let's see. Martin Luther King, that'd be really cool. Just hearing him talk. I'd probably just like shut up and just listen to him talk for like however long.
What would your first question be to any of those people?
First question. What's death like? I don't know. How you doing?
Well, your first question is pretty valid.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd just be like, I don't know. I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know what to say.
It's true. Yeah. Where do you start? Yeah.
What do you want for dinner?
Yeah. There you go. I like it. What is your superpower?
Flying.
Oh, so you can fly. No,
oh, you mean like figurative superpower?
Impressed, yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. What do you embody? What's your superpower? What if you were? I do like the flying answer because that would be mine personally. If I had a superpower.
If I could have any superpower, it would fly, because then I wouldn't have to pay car insurance.
Exactly. I like it.
And then I wouldn't have to pay for gas.
Yes.
And I could just, I would just fly.
I like it.
Also, flying would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
Your question again was what?
Yeah. What's your superpower?
Like, what can I actually do that I do well or something?
Yeah. What gives you an edge over other people?
An edge.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I think with the counseling training, I think I've learned to be able to pick up on details very, very well. Like when someone talks, I feel like I've become fairly proficient at picking up on body language and cues. Sure. And I think that's like something that most people have, but I feel like I've honed that pretty well with like just my line of work, just, you know, because they train you on how to pick up on that stuff in school and in your sessions, and you know, so yeah, like that, the whole detail-oriented thing. I feel I'm pretty detail-oriented about certain things, and
Are you able to turn it off sometimes, or is it all the time? Or?
It's hard sometimes, but I feel like I've become pretty good at being able to compartmentalize. Yeah. Because with that kind of work, you have to.
Yeah.
People carry that home, and it just is not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty good about that, I guess.
Okay. What is your spirit animal and why?
Spirit animal.
I'm going to guess bird because you want to fly, but I could be wrong.
Nicolas Cage.
All right. Why?
Because he's a mystery.
There we go. All right.
Yeah.
What is your least favorite chore and why?
I don't know. Probably a zebra or something. I don't know.
Zebra.
What are my least favorite chore?
I've moved on. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
I like the zebra though.
Well, I gave you a good answer. I like you wanted like an animal.
I got the animal. We got a zebra.
Okay. Because it don't matter if you're black or white.
I like it. Best answer so far.
Least favorite chore is
Yes.
weeding the garden.
Oh.
Yeah, I hate that.
All right.
Oh, I probably can't say either.
It's okay. You can
Okay.
bleep that.
Okay. When I used to live in my parents' house, we had this big garden and like flower beds and everything, and I was always the one to clean it out.
Oh.
And they keep on adding more and more, and it's like they didn't want to deal with it. They were just like Coleman, and they pay me, but like it's just, it's like they wouldn't ask me to do it till like it was like a jungle, and then I'd have like 3 days of work cut out for me, and it just sucked, and I hated doing that.
So is that still your least favorite then?
Yes.
That's still okay.
Even though I don't live at my parents' house anymore, I haven't done it in years.
Yeah.
If I was asked to do it again, I would be upset.
I gotcha. Fair enough. If you were a season, which one would you be?
Fall.
Why is that?
Because it's cool, and the colors are nice. I like the colors a lot, and it's Halloween, and there's horror movies on TV.
Nice. What inspires you?
Good question. What inspires me? People being genuine. Yeah, like when I hear stories about people's lives, and it doesn't really matter who they are, just you know, the qualifiers that you're a human being, and that they're just telling the truth. I guess like I think it's like so often, you know, we see life through like the media filter, and no offense,
No,
media, but like
that's why we're doing this.
yeah, exactly, yeah, good point. But yeah, we see it through like the media filter, and the, you know, like they know what people want to see, and there's so many things that are happening in the world that are, you know, they're important, but they're not exciting, I guess. And so that inspires me. Just people being real. Like some of my favorite songs are just don't even have to tell a story or have some like big climax. It's just like, you know, someone just expressed a thought about something and then put it in the song. It doesn't even have to be like a real existential question. It can just be like, I just had a thought today, and I liked how I felt when I thought. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, people being real. Other things that inspire me. No, pretty much anything involving music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And people challenging things that are exploitive, that inspires me. Whenever someone's being exploited and someone challenges that inspires me a lot. Because it's hard to challenge people that have resources and power, but they don't let that stop them. That inspires me a lot.
You root for the underdog?
Most of the time.
Yeah, definitely. What achievement are you most proud of?
Doing this interview.
I like it.
Let's see. I just remember the last time I did an interview, and I remember how my voice sounded. Oh my god.
You're good. Drink some water, that'll help.
Achievement I'm most proud of. I think just my probably my most proud of it is my relationships with my friends. I'm just really proud of the relationships that I built with them. They're really solid and very loving, and I feel like I'm very fortunate to say that I have friends that I can call lifelong friends, and it takes a lot to build those kind of relationships. It takes a lot of time and effort and dedication, and showing up when you're not expected to, and so yeah, I put a lot of work into that, and I'm just really proud of the relationships we've built, and I'm proud of my friends. Yeah. And other things, I'm proud of my education. I'm really proud of that. Right? I worked really hard on that, and I'm proud of my efforts to grow myself. Mm-hmm. I spend a considerable amount of time. That's what I said my favorite subject is me, which sounds so like big-headed. But I mean, I work pretty hard on just trying to make myself, a better friend, a better brother, a better son, and a better citizen. And that kind of stuff. And that kind of stuff.
How would you like to be remembered in many, 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 many years?
As an American bat. No. As a genuine person who could see beauty in unconventional things, I guess, and a good friend and a good son, and I don't know, maybe a good father one day. Yeah.
One final question. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Oh God.
It's such like a standardized test question.
That's okay.
I like the
okay.
answers.
3 words. Without making myself, without looking like I'm, full of myself. Let's see. Hardcore, neurotic, and energetic. I don't know. That's what I got right now.
That's today.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there's probably only one of those that's actually true.
Okay.
So I'm probably not as hardcore as I think I am. I'm probably not as neurotic as I think I am. But I know I'm energetic.
There you go.
I can testify to that.
Very cool. Well, you survived.
Thank you.
Done. Yeah.